Hello my lovely friends. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. How are you doing? I think all my friends doing well. Today I bring another new story. Control your mind and emotions. Once upon a time, in a quiet village named Rudrapur, there lived a young man named Ravi. He was kind-hearted, smart, and hard-working, but he had one big problem. He could not control his mind and emotions. When he got angry, he shouted at others. When he felt sad, he locked himself in his room and cried for hours. When he was happy, he forgot his responsibilities and made quick, wrong decisions. People in the village liked Ravi, but they stopped trusting him. His friends left him. He lost his job. He even fought with his family many times. One day, after a big fight with his best friend, Ravi sat under a tree, alone, and asked himself, "Why am I like this? Why can't I stay calm? Why do I lose control every time?" That night, he could not sleep. He kept thinking about his life. He realized that his mind was like a wild horse, running in all directions, without any control. The next morning, he decided to make a change. He packed a bag and walked to the forest near his village. He had heard about a wise old man named Guruji who lived there. People said Guruji could teach anyone how to find peace and control the mind. After walking for many hours, Ravi found a small hut in the middle of the forest. He knocked on the door, and an old man opened it. He had a long white beard and eyes full of calmness. "Guruji," Ravi said, "I need help. My mind is always racing. My emotions control me. Please teach me how to live peacefully." Guruji looked at him and smiled. "Many people come to me with the same problem, but only a few stay to learn. Are you ready to work hard?" "Yes, Guruji," Ravi said with hope. "Then stay here for 30 days. You will do what I say. You will watch yourself and learn from your own mind." From that day, Ravi's training began. Every morning, he woke up before sunrise. He sat in silence, watching his thoughts. At first, he was shocked by how many negative thoughts he had. Anger, fear, jealousy, worry, all these feelings were inside him. Guruji told him, "Don't fight your thoughts. Just observe them. Like clouds in the sky, let them come and go. You are not your thoughts. You are the sky." Each day, Ravi felt a little more peaceful. He learned to pause before he reacted. One afternoon, he accidentally spilled water on the floor. Earlier, he would have cursed himself. Now, he took a deep breath, cleaned it, and moved on. Another time, a stranger came to Guruji's hut and spoke rudely to Ravi. His anger rose, but he remembered Guruji's words, "Pause, observe, choose." He did not shout. He stayed calm and the stranger soon walked away. By the end of the month, Ravi had changed a lot. His mind was calmer. His emotions were still there, but he was no longer controlled by them. He had become the master of his mind, not its slave. On the last day, Guruji said, "Now you are ready to go back. Take what you have learned and help others. Show them that peace is possible." Ravi bowed and thanked him. He returned to his village. This time, he was different. When people were rude, he remained calm. When someone criticized him, He listened without anger. When he made a mistake, he didn't cry. He corrected it and moved on. People were surprised. They saw a new Ravi, strong, calm, and peaceful. His friends returned. His family was happy. He even opened a small school to teach young children about mind control and emotional balance. Years later, someone asked Ravi, "What was your greatest victory?" Ravi smiled and replied, "The greatest victory is winning the war inside your own mind. When you control your emotions, you control your life. That is true freedom." Ravi's life had become peaceful and purposeful. He was no longer ruled by his anger, fear, or sadness. He was teaching others, living a quiet life, and helping his village grow. But life was not done testing him. One evening, as he was closing his small school, a messenger arrived from the city. The man gave Ravi a letter. It was from his younger brother, Karan, who lived in the city. The letter said, "Dear brother, I am in trouble. I started a business with a friend, but he cheated me. Now I am in debt. People are threatening me. I need your help. Please come." Karan. Ravi's heart felt heavy. His brother was in danger. But he knew this was also a test. Would he panic? Would his old emotions return? No. He closed his eyes, breathed deeply, and said to himself, "Be calm. Be strong. Face this with wisdom." The next morning, Ravi left for the city. It was busy, noisy, and full of stress. But Ravi walked with calmness. He reached his brother's house and found him sitting alone, worried and afraid. "Bhaiya," Karan said, "I have lost everything. The people I borrowed money from are dangerous. They want it back in 10 days. Ravi sat beside him. "Calm down, Karan. We will handle this. Tell me everything." Karan explained how his business partner tricked him, took the money, and left. Ravi listened without anger. He didn't blame his brother. He didn't shout. Instead, he made a plan. The next day, Ravi met the people who were demanding money. They were angry and shouted at him. But Ravi stayed calm. He said, "Give us 10 more days. I will return every rupee." The men laughed. "And how will you get that much money? Are you a magician?" Ravi smiled gently. "No, I am just a man with a clear mind. And a clear mind can solve big problems." They agreed. Now Ravi worked day and night. He spoke to people he had helped in the past. Many offered support. He did small jobs, wrote letters, and collected money. He taught mind control classes in parks and offices, and people paid generously. By the 10th day, he had gathered the full amount. He returned it without anger, without pride. He simply said, "Thank you for your patience." Karan was shocked. "Bhaiya, how? How did you do this? You never got angry. You never gave up." Ravi put his hand on Karan's shoulder. "Because I control my mind. And now, I will teach you too." For the next few weeks, Ravi trained Karan just like Guruji had trained him. They woke early. They sat in silence. They practiced patience. Karan struggled at first. He was quick to react. But slowly, his mind began to calm. One day, a man who had cheated Karan came back to the city. Everyone told Karen to call the police. But Karen said, "No. Let me talk to him." They met in a cafe. Karen looked at the man and said, "You hurt me. You cheated me. But I forgive you. Now, go live a better life." The man was silent. He stood up and left. No words. Just shame and surprise. Ravi smiled. "You have passed the test, Karen. Now." The two brothers opened a new center in the city, the Mind Peace Center. They taught hundreds of people how to breathe, meditate, stay calm, and face life's problems without breaking. Years passed. The center grew. People from all over India came to learn. One day, a young girl asked Ravi, "Sir, what is the real meaning of life?" Ravi looked at her and said, "Life is a river. It flows with joy, pain, love, loss, anger, and peace. You cannot control the river, but you can learn to swim. And to swim, you must first control your own mind."